Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Not just fabric, the song, the podcast, part 2. First one, we really delved into history, what our sort of thoughts are on the song, why we felt a need, of Kaka felt a need to do the song, how HKG was involved, but we didn't really touch on the song itself. So this episode, it's going to be really, really based on the lyrics, what the lyrics are coming out and what we're trying to build a perception for you on what our sort of understanding is, what is going through Kaka's head, what is he trying to portray out to you with this song. So we touched in the last episode the first lines from both male artist Kaka Singh Monowalia, the female artist Raman Sandhu. Okay, we touched on those and you give us a bit. Should we recap firstly on those first 2 lines?
First 2 lines are मैं मुंडा सरदारां दा इस पग विच मेरी जान मैं हाँ धी सरदारां दी मेरी चुन्नी च मेरा ईमान. So मैं मुंडा सरदारां दा, how you and all the other people who watch, and we have pride in our parents. What's a child, probably the most pride anyone has as a kid, normally to do with your mom and dad. As you've grown up, they're your first role models and your grandparents. So when you hear this track, I hope it brings a memory to you of your parents' devotion towards Sikhi, and what's really special is your grandparents' devotion towards Sikhi. And if you didn't have that, and you're someone who's discovered it yourself, your own devotion towards Sikhi as well, whatever it is, but Main Munda Sardaran da, and not just about your parents, the asli jehda pita hai sada, the father who's kept this mindset trickling down for over 500 odd years. Basically, it's the proud feeling. If you're going to be proud of something, be proud of that first. Be proud of that mindset. And then Main hati sardaran di meri chunni ch mera iman. The practices of my mothers and sisters, the role models that we've had as we were growing up. If you look at the generations who are now being recycled, I'll call it, the bibiyan, the absolute innocence in their love. If you look at, there's these online videos you see, it's a bit of a trend now where they get their bibiyan doing funny stuff.
Yeah.
And it's viral, right? Because of the innocence. And that generation had that innocence in and our parents' generation. There's so much innocence, and that's what you miss, when they go, that innocence. And just think, if you take it back 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 generations, think what the innocence levels were like before society was polluted in that sense. Take it back to the Guru's times. Think how the beauty and the innocence of our Guru's time would have been. But they didn't just have innocence, they had the super intelligent, because it's in their writings.
Yes.
So ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ ਲਿਖੀ ਹੈ ਮੈਂ ਮੁੰਡਾ ਸਰਦਾਰਾਂ ਦਾ ਇਸ ਪੱਗ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੇਰੀ ਜਾਨ ਮੈਂ ਹਾਂ ਧੀ ਸਰਦਾਰਾਂ ਦੀ ਮੇਰੀ ਚੁੰਨੀ 'ਚ ਮੇਰਾ ਇਮਾਨ. That's the main hook line of the song, which this young man has done amazing music, and he's done the music so it's in the new sound of what, like he said, he listens to music, so he makes it how he's listening.
His perception.
He's a young lad, so there's a bit of thought behind how we're doing this. We could get older music producers, brothers that we've got, and that would be fine as well. But the reason why HKG's done all these songs is because he's in touch with the youth, and it's not like we're majorly popular, but if someone hears it, at least it will sustain someone's listening for 20 seconds, hopefully 1 or 2 minutes.
We're going to go into the next lines. But HKG, we just touched on something. You've produced it. You're a young man yourself.
Yeah.
How does it feel for you, 1, to be involved in this project? 2, what are you seeing? When we talk about the bug, look, you're a young 17-year-old who's got a dastard on his head. Do you tie it? Oh, well, I know the answer. You tie it yourself.
Yeah.
How did that come about? Look, I find it fascinating of a boy of your age in that.
So I started tying it like 8 years ago. I went to Punjabi schools. So they used to push it onto us. Yes, we used to have challenges and stuff, and get prizes at the end, innit? So with that, I was like, I might as well do it. And not just that, the artists I was listening to, Diljit, and I used to tell my dad, can you tie a bug like him or me? And I used to think I was cool as hell wearing a bug, innit? So I kind of adopted that then, and then since then I've just been tying it regularly.
How did it feel being part of this project? We've in the last episode we talked about how touching it was, but you're the producer.
Yeah.
You're the one who's playing with this particular song that Kaka sang. How's it felt being part of this project?
So great. I mean, at first I didn't know I was doing this project. It came out of nowhere. But when you look back at it, it's actually got some purpose to it, right?
Yeah.
It's not just someone's gone up and just done a project. It's actually something you can explain going forward further. Say I have family down the line, I can explain to them, well, I've done this and there's a reason for it. I can't just say I've done this song. I can actually have a backstory to it.
Yeah.
I think that's very useful. and it's just been great, like good experience.
You know, Kaka's touched on bringing back to our Sikhi, our roots.
Yeah.
How is the youth at the moment? Are people connected to their Sikhi from your experience?
From what I can see like a trend where they are starting to connect a bit more through social media. Like there was that back to Sikhi trend a while ago.
Yeah.
It's definitely better than it was a couple of years ago, because I knew when I was in school, like people used to even avoid going to the Gurdwara.
Yeah,
They used to find some sort of excuse, but now it's definitely gone better. But I feel like there's still there's still a void in it. Like they're still unsure of what's going on because no one's really explaining it.
Education.
Yeah, like if you look, there's like people who are converting. Like what I would say is like they weren't explained like what Sikhi was in it. They'll just go to a Gurdwara, but that's not enough in it. And then they feel like, and also there's like a wrong aspect of it. Like if you look at like Punjabi society, it's not exactly in line with Sikhi, and then they do get confused. And some people probably do connect the two and be like, you're saying, but you're doing this. So, like they're questioning their own religion. So like they are right to convert if like they don't understand what's going on, right?
And that's a issue throughout. I think we've spoken about it. Kaka's touched on like Gurdwara and stuff, and that's where the education comes in. Kaka, we've spoken like already in the last episode, and this first one we started touching on the song. Second lines, what were the words and what's the meaning?
Falling getting a bit tired. Pardon me, I'm just zoning off into my own face. But the second line is, you know what it is? Line by line, how I can explain the song. People have heard the songs, like they're probably listening to them, and I explained them. And the main thing is evoking passion into people. You get me? It's evoking passion into the people who are listening. Remember making this?
Yeah.
I'm a line by line to explain what it is, what we're writing. You'll listen to them, but I really want to evoke passion in this. Even in like while we're talking, you know, like time's running out of what we're doing.
Yeah.
You know, in this whole game. And I just feel that people need to start to do more to help these kind of things stand up. And like we're doing this live stuff we're doing now with Slough, a couple of Gurdwara, and we're willing to do that wherever. And it's just hard to switch on and off, you know, like what we're doing. But the lines of what we're doing is it's all passion based. And question, you understand? If anyone's put any questions in, take them. What is it people want to know?
Well, one thing I'm going to touch on, there's been for me, and I said this over a year ago, like I said on that first episode, there's a massive underrepresentation. For one thing, there's the boys, Porta this, Mermunda, all of that, we've touched about it. The boys, gangs related, all these songs that we've seen is very lad based. There's been a massive underrepresentation on the aspect of females, girls in the Bhangra industry, you might say, in our community, and it's very lost. Role models are lost. Who do you look at? The girls don't know. You touched upon Diljit when you wanted to wear the bug and you saw that inspiration. Who do the girls go to there? I can't think of anyone really.
I can't either.
Yeah. And Kaka, you did something in this song that I think will have a lasting impression. Where do you see the underrepresentation of females? I would say in role models, especially in our Sikhi Panth. How do you evoke them to understand their value?
So Sikhi, basically, when we talk about Sikhi, the mindset of our Guru's mindset of what we are, what we stand for, and what our beliefs are, from Guru Nanak's teachings of there's one Paramatma, going through the Mool Mantra, how we bring up our children, it starts in the mother. The mother is so vital for the Sikh ethics, the Sikh messages, the Sikh part, the devotion, all the beauty of Sikhi. The mother is so important in helping that into children. So the first role model for anyone, it will be their mother's love. Because love itself is such a deep subject. You know, the care and the looking after all the love, pyar that we see from grandparents, even roti khanu, you know how they used to say, have you eaten, little fikr, these sort of things. So the real role models, really, it's your mothers, and it's the love of your mothers and your grandmothers. And even for the boys, it's the same, right? So rather than saying any figures which they don't know about, if I say, look, in the song I've put, Dada tera shukar manama Sikhi qaum mahan. So I want all the sisters and daughters, I want them to feel this, that I should be thanking Paramatma data tera shukr manama. I should be grateful. And the female singing in the song that I'm grateful. Sikhi is such a majestic or magnificent way of life. This is a beautiful way of life. If I look around me, and respect to all cultures and everyone else out there, but my culture and my religion and my dharam, or this way of life that our parents have given us, it's so magnificent. Yeah? Tera shukr Sikhi kaum mahan. Lord ni mainu like gandhi. Main rakha ijjat maan. I don't need likes on Instagram. Now you got girls out there who are going to be so brainwashed by the algorithms, by society, and this is where all these Kim Kardashians, all this Bollywood stuff, all this actress stuff, even whatever's going on in our own communities, you're so brainwashed by this because it's fickle, very fickle. Just to get attention of people, it's so fickle, right? And what about giving them some depth? What about giving them some intelligence where they are on another level? Any guys out there, there's predators out there, and we see our girls are being converted. How about if our girls were given such knowledge, where their knowledge is up here and they've got so much self-esteem and so much self-belief that their role models is their mothers and their grandmothers. But then going further, Lord ni mainu laikan di main rakha ijjat maan, mata gujri mai bhago mere dil di shaan. Yeah? So the full verse is, दाता तेरा शुक्र मनामा सिखी कौम महान लोड़ नी मैनू लाइकां दी मैं रखा इज्जत मान माता गुजरी माई भागो मेरे दिल दी शान. They are my role models. Mata Gujri, who was Guru Gobind Singh Ji's mother, who was with the two Chote Sahibzade, who looked after them. She was Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji's wife for so many years when Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji was doing Bhakti for so many years. Her story is just unbelievable. You've got to go and now research this. You have to. I mean, if you're a Sikh, even if you're a boy, if you're a girl, you have to look into these people because that's where everything stems from in our culture, every fiber. And then Mata Gujri Mai Bhago. Mai Bhago was a warrior. She had a mindset, and I've said this in the speeches, and I researched this before I did it.
Yeah.
And I found that in one of the battles, she actually, they say, I mean, I don't know, there's different stories, but they say she got a battle army of 10,000 people of the Mughals, and they made them retreat. So they had a battle. I mean, I don't know the exact details. There's a lot of historians who'll be able to tell you. The figure might be here and there, but the point is, look at that mindset. It was in them days a female. And like I was saying in the speech, they were like literally the dark ages.
They
were the dark ages. If women today are not allowed to fully, be living in a normal life, in some of the countries.
Yeah.
Right? But back then. So these are your role models. Yeah. So the girls saying. So if you got a daughter or you got a sister, you want her to be listening to this sort of stuff. Yeah. What we're doing is we're serving intelligence. Yeah. Anyone who's got a daughter, I wish upon them, your daughter, whoever you are out there, right? Let's make her so intelligent, not just intelligent from reading books and passing A levels and GCSEs. Degrees, make their intelligence go so high, make them emotionally intelligent. And that's what Gurbani teaches us. Emotional intelligence is a big thing, right? It's common in a lot of people know about this, and it's a highly intelligent skill, if you like, to have. Yeah. We're talking to Rocky about this. Right. But what it is, our wishes, your daughters, your sisters, my daughters, your sisters, they're all one. Yeah. It's our people. How are you going to do that?
Education.
Through connecting to this sort of information and getting them to look at this and building up their self-esteem. And that's what that line of the female part is, right? So then there's the rap in the song.
Yeah.
The rap is straightforward. It's in English, so I don't really need to explain that, where that's coming from, yeah? Probably got to explain that in Punjabi more than anything because I have that problem a lot. But then the part comes here of the boy side, and what I wrote for the boy side, the antara in the song. And the boy side is basically saying, it's a message from me, deeply from my heart, and it's basically saying to everyone, Ona jana oda pana. Yeah? So coming and going, birth and death, it's in the hands of this creation. You don't know when you're going to pop your clogs.
Correct.
You don't know when people are going to go. Yeah. You don't know when your loved ones or whatever, they're never yours anyway. Or they are. Sara Odaya. Yeah? That one.
Yes.
This one energy, consciousness, whatever you want to call it. Auna jana, oda pana, ki manea dea bande di. What's the expiry date of a man? Has anybody ever told you the expiry date? What's your expiry date? Do you know? Like, you know, on all this bread and this milk that you get from Asda, chakil there, yeah, expiry date. What's your expiry date? Auna jana, oda pana, ki manea dea bande di. You don't know your expiry date. Yeah? I'm saying coming and going is happening. You don't know your expiry date. Gal son sikha, bhulna jami, uchchi shano khande di. So, and in the video, I'm singing it to my son.
Yes.
And it was kind of a message. It was how it's meant to come across. Like, he's like my son now, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm saying to you, Auna jana oda pana ki manea dea bande di. Gal son sikha. I'm telling you now. Sikha je tu sikhya. Bhulna jami. This is the key thing. And you know what? I talk to you about this a lot. Bhulna is what it's all about. That's why in Gurbani and Japji Sahib, I mentioned it earlier. So mein visar na jaye. You want people to go on Sikhi to the max and research and search the word visar. Forgetfulness, forgetting. The whole game rests on remembrance. The whole game of Sikhi rests on remembrance. Remembering Akal Purkh, yeah? The minute you're not thinking of Akal Purkh and you're thinking of something else, you're dead. Akha jiva visre mar jao. You're dead. When you've forgotten Paramatma for a second, you're dead. You're as good as dead. You're zombie land. Walking around programmed following Maya's game. So, auna jana oda pana ki manea dea bande di gal sun sikha bhul na jami uchchi shan e khande di. So do not forget, I'm saying to all the boys, all the guys, all the uncles, whoever you are, we've done the girl bit. I'm saying to them, bhul na jami uchchi shan e khande di. You are so lucky that you are saying that you're this, you're to Sikhya. ਇਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਮਾਣਤਾ ਇੱਕ ਚੀਜ਼ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ. This is such a gift to have a option to understand Paramatma. You've got the latest scripture that is on this planet which come from Guru Nanak Dev Ji, which tells you step by step, if you're devoted enough, that you will be able to find God within yourself. Through your mind, through your inner self, with the inner journey, you can find God. You can find Akal Purkh. You can find consciousness, the owner of consciousness. You can find the creator of everything that's ever been created, including your life. Before you was born, this consciousness that you've been given, we know this body's going to die. You can crack the game through, where you bow down to in the Gurdwara. You've got the opportunity to crack the game. You can find a route out whilst alive. That's what the Khanda represents. That's what the Sikh emblem, you can say. It doesn't matter what the history is of when it come, who created it. At the end of the day, the Sikh Khanda today is what we see as our religious symbol. So I'm saying, I'm not going to be here forever. It's your duty. You understand?
Yeah.
Same to every single person. Keep the chain alive. We're on, you know what happens when you hit the fire alarm? And it goes, and it's code red.
Yeah.
And it's the alarms are going off. I'm saying the alarms are off. Everyone's just, wait there. They've done their part, yeah? The Granthi. Oh, time to get up and put the pound there. Time to do my Sikhi. Yo, Russell, stand up in the massive queue. Flipping out, it's bigger than the airport queues. And they're all standing there. So important we put that pound down there.
Yeah.
Right? That's not what this is about. You've 100%. Got to change the system. Someone, and look, I'm saying it now, yeah? I have to say it. But you guys are going to start changing. And everyone who's watching this, trigger change. Yes. Trigger change. Education is not hard. Okay, there's not everyone, except not everyone's going to be doing what we're doing. Fine. We're not the saviors here, right? Like I said many times before, we're not good people. And it gets me emotional to an extent. Not emotional, passionate. That's why I was saying, when you asked me the question, when you asked me the first time, it's hard for me to switch it on, and answer the question. It's hard for me to just, it's not a performance, if you see what I mean.
Yeah.
But when it comes, the urgency, when I'm speaking to him, I can see it. Like I see in him a chain, like your children's, talking hundreds of years down the line, thousands of years. This way of life, like, I'm not saying it's going to ever go anywhere. Because what it is, until the last person on the planet has got a mindset to keep Sikhi alive, Sikhi can never die. It's a mindset.
Correct.
You understand?
Yeah, 100%.
Everyone dies in the world and there's one Sikh left and there's a billion robots. You know what? Sikh is still alive. And that one can do something which, but ultimately, Jo Paramatma da hukum hai, what God wants, what the Creator wants is going to happen anyway.
Yes.
So it's not about a cause of religious war. I'm not saying this on that basis, but I'm saying I feel passion to do what we can to keep our culture, our Punjabi roots, our Sikhi roots. And to be honest, this is like, it's not against any religion. We're not in no competition of numbers. That's just tit for tat, that is. So it's not about that. But what's important here is we're lacking massively, and that nosedive concerns me. The nosedive of what is actually being fed into our children. Another thing, we saw them clips of them guys who had a big fight in the Gurdwara in Birmingham, the young lads.
Yeah.
So we see that, and it was like, it was really bad. Obviously, it's bad. They're beating each other. But the thing is, people are just learning what they're seeing. Kids are learning what they're seeing. The aggressive side to Sikhi, there's an aggressive element to it, which is needed because there's so much stuff going on. But I'm saying, let's rise a bit. We've got the aggressive side, and we've got a lot of people doing the seva on that side. But also, there's a bit of middle ground as well. You know what I mean?
Everything's balanced.
Yeah, we need to get some of the middle ground work needs to be done as well. We need that. ਜਿਹੜੇ ਹੁਣ ਸਿਪਾਹੀ ਵਾਲੇ ਪਾਸੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਿੰਘ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦੇ, we mentioned this before, we need that.
Yeah, but there has to be an education with that, Kake.
Yeah.
That at the end of the day, yes, there's got to be the Sipahi side, no doubt. But even that is educated. Guru Gobind Singh Ji, when they went into battle, there was an education there. They didn't strike first. They didn't want. If Guru Gobind Singh Ji had such a tape, would he allow Bhai Kanhaiya Ji to go out there and give water to everyone? They wouldn't. Would you do that? So even then, there was love and there was PR within everything. Our people, there was fighting for what's right, righteousness.
The beauty of Sikhi comes in PR.
Correct.
ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਡੀ ਗੱਲ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਡੀ ਗੱਲ is ਇੰਨਾ ਪ੍ਰੇਮ ਆ ਇਸ ਧਰਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਇਸ ਕੌਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੰਨਾ ਪਿਆਰ ਆ. Yeah, and the pyar is there in the Guru Granth Sahib Ji. The pyar is there in the Shabad. It's everywhere. The pyar is there in our ancestors, in our grandparents, in our parents. We've all experienced, love from our parents, from Sikh. Yeah, you see them old sardars that you meet with the big white dadi in the Gurdwara, and they're really nice.
We're not far off that.
Yeah, we're not far off it, especially mine. But I'm saying, the pyar in Sikhi is there, it's everywhere. But this needs to be propagated forward more. No doubt about it. People are feeling not enough love in Sikhi. All the Gurdwara, not all, but most of the Gurdwara, they are just on, it's a control thing. It's a control. And I can understand that because they've put loads of time in. They don't want to just give up their massive bank balance, or not just their bank balance, their building where they got emotionally maybe attached to. Fair enough. But they've got work to do.
But at the end of the day, we spoke in the first episode, name your great grandparents. Feel your right to have it's mine. It isn't yours. There's only one Sacha Malik. Only one. Everything that's yours. There's a song he did, Zindagi Purani, and he did an introduction to it. And at the beginning he said, Sab reh jana, sab reh jana. Everything's going to stay. You're going, mate. Nothing's yours.
Sooner than we think.
And you know what? There's just a strike for me that we're getting lost. Let's just be really real here. You can sit here and we can fluff everything up. As a band, as a qawm, as a group of people, day by day, people are getting lost. They don't know their identity anymore.
Yeah.
This is why a key part in the song was also put in the song was Main Munda Sardaran da sari duniya mera parwar. Just to eliminate that thinking that we're doing this just because we're saying, look, we want to preserve Sikhi, and that's what the song's all about.
Yeah.
But at the same time, what we're saying is, look, the beauty of being a Sikh is that sari duniya, Ai Panthi Sagal Jamati, Guru Nanak Dev Ji says in Japji Sahib, they're saying my Panth is Sagal Jamati, right? So, Sari Duniya Mera Parwar. So, these are all, I'm putting them into simpler words so people understand, yeah? So, Main Munda Sardaran da Sari Duniya Mera Parwar, na koi ucha, na koi neema, bas mitti hai sansar. So, ek gal taan kahi hai pe, us shabad to Guru Maharaj ne jo likhya, Ai Panthi Sagal Jamati Japji Sahib pe, Sari Duniya is sada parwar hai, yeah? And na koi ucha, na kuttum neech, na koi ucha, na koi neema, bas mitti hai sansar. ਹੈਗਾ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਮਿੱਟੀ ਆ ਸੋ ਰੌਲਾ ਕਾਹਦਾ if everything is literally soil what is this all about so get humility get humble put our head down it's not all about my religion's better than yours it's not all about competitions or we're doing this and they're not doing this but we do have a massive need to preserve our dharam our history everything because there's people out there who would be happy to see it be wiped off the earth. Because of that, you have to do everything to preserve it. But sometimes, like I'm saying, it's got to be articulated in such a way, we need people to understand that We're not here to compete with other religions. We're not here in a competition. But what we've got is all about prem and love. It's so beautiful. Bhai Mardana, dekh lo. They were Musliman, yeah? They were the best friend of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, right? Peer Baba Buddhu Shah Ji, Musliman si, yeah? And some people won't like this. They won't want, some people don't like us talking about other religions maybe, but the point is our gurus have told us all this. You know what I mean? It's all there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, Koi Bole Ram Ram, these shabads are there. This ain't me saying them. Even from the first shabad that we see in Gurbani, the first digit, we know that. So, mazhab di gal, religion di gal, piche karke, we need to preserve our Sikhi, not because of the religion, because of the pyar that's inside our religion. And that love isn't a threat, because people would happily see this be wiping out, and we are nosediving. That's what this song is in a way for, and I hope it connects to the youth, and I hope not just the youth, I hope it connects to any generation, any listener, and we hope to see you soon when we get our stuff on the road.
Yeah.
And we can deliver this face to face and with music.
On that note, just so people are aware, and I will push it a little bit, we have got rehearsals going on, live band, it's a live show we're looking to buy. It's not just music. I keep saying this. This is such an expression. You can see the passion. Part 2 has probably been going on for about half an hour now, and you can see the passion. This is more than music. I will keep saying it. What we're delivering isn't music. It's an expression that goes levels and levels and levels and levels above. Now, what we're trying to do, even with when we go out to the public, and hopefully we're doing shows in different places, not about money. I've said this before, we all got jobs, we all got careers. This is all about what we can put out there. Now, we're going to be doing shows, and there'll be a bit of a podcast element, there'll be a live music element, there will be something that Dharam Seva, us here, have a vision, and we want to put that vision out. We want to educate. That's our purpose. What is our purpose? Clearly it is. I always go back to Bhai Mani Singh Ji, who was sent out by our gurus to spread the word of Sikh. Our duty to do that, not to convert people, to educate people. The other thing, the bug was spoken about massively, not just fabric. Understand what this bug was. I spoke to an English guy recently, and he said, you know what? Sikhs are great people. And he started doing all that. This bug, this dari means something. Understand your significance as an individual. I had a chat with Kaka's son this morning, actually, Angad. And people probably seen in the boxer, all that. And I said, do you understand what this means? When you go out there, understand. People see this, and they've seen it for many years. They feel confident they can go to a Sikh man or a Sikh woman and ask for help. This is a crown. Understand, it is a crown that means something and forever will mean it. Make sure you uphold it. We have a responsibility. He has one. I spoke to you about it. You have a responsibility of your teachings of your guru. Understand firstly the teachings of your guru. Understand our message. Understand your responsibility. That is our part. We have to make sure that when people look at us, we are righteous. We stand for truth. We stand for what's right. And that is the biggest message to all of you guys. Understand it's not just fabric. Going back to the title of the song, this isn't just fabric. It's a crown. It's a massive area that Guru Gobind Singh Ji, when he brought the Khalsa in, there was a representation of who we are and what we stand for. Never forget that. Our brothers, our sisters, our daughters, our sons, educate yourself with our beautiful history, but the message of what is written in Guru Granth Sahib Ji, our Shabad, our teacher. He can talk, I can talk. Yeah, you might take something from us, but there's only one real teacher. There's only one Sacha Malak, Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj. Take that away, go and find out who you are. What is it that you've been blessed with through your ancestral family, your grandparents, your parents, whoever it may be, and take that forward. That's my rant. I hope you take something from this. Reach out, continue to reach out to Dharam Seva, whether it's through Kaka Monalia on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whether it's through Dharam Seva page itself, whether it's me, give me a few more likes. Keep reaching out, keep pushing yourselves into this spiritual journey of Sikhi that you've been. I hope you take something from it. There is more to come. I've talked about live music. You've probably seen animations dropping. There's more coming. There are so much more. We haven't really started, I'll be honest. It's been 16 months of just building our foundations again. We got plenty more coming. Stay tuned with us. Keep supporting us, and come and get used to us and our message And I hope you're really excited for what we're delivering soon. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.